It's night and day. Night and day, back again.
Yes, we're back in the world of Lightfall, and oh wow, okay.
It's kind of weird that we can go into this thing even though we're in this thing already.
Yeah, it exists in this, like in the plane that it seems like it is itself.
I guess it's just another room in the Celestial Temple.
Oh, you're a thing.
But we can shoot you. What does it get us?
Ew, that's gross.
I guess you're just enemies? Well, what happens if I just go here? Do you kill me? It seems like there should be something going on here.
Apparently not. It's not that kind of level.
I don't understand you guys.
Honestly,
they seem like they're good creatures.
I don't know about that.
I guess I'm still just trained from video game land to think that. Whee!
At last
Whoa.
we meet the insignificant child and his magic toy box.
Okay. I guess just suddenly end boss fight.
Ooh.
Wow. It would have been great if you had even been introduced ever at any point during this story.
I have no idea who this is.
He is apparently the leader of all of Eternia. If we defeat him, given the childish nature of the writing, like the naivete, then probably all of Eternia will fall.
Yeah. Everything's gonna be all unicorns and rainbows again. Oh, do we have to live through his intro again?
Yes, we do. Oh boy, we're gonna meet a lot, dude.
Oh god.
And his magical toy.
Oh, he did something different.
What?
Whoa.
Oh,
okay. The pits opening in the ground are actually beneficial for us.
Okay.
Who knew?
It's a good thing that they keep things inconsistent.
Yeah, really.
So you can never know what you're getting into.
Safe? Okay.
Alright.
Just two.
That old
Okay.
bird you've befriended. He will be the next. to
Alright,
meet
now
his
we go
fate.
into the pits.
Yep.
Alright. We have to, I guess, approach him so that we can shoot.
Oh,
what?
What the heck?
Didn't see that coming. You can sink into the earth and shoot me from there. You're gonna end this? Yes.
Okay, cool.
Jump around all you want. It won't save your miserable people.
Jump around. Wah.
How do we do offense? I guess we have to hit the crystal on his ship.
Yeah, the giant purple crystal mix. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Huh. Okay.
Wow.
Oh.
What the?
What?
I
I thought we got to like a cutscene where I could actually do something.
Yeah, same. What the heck was that?
I don't know. He just sucked me straight to him and I died.
Magical toy.
Maybe, oh, when he sucks me towards him, I can shoot him finally, probably.
Oh, maybe.
Holy shite.
What the heck?
Oh, there's a space to jump
Huh.
through this?
Bird you've befriended.
What?
He will
Since
be the
when?
next to meet his fate.
What is happening? Nothing is making sense.
Yeah, balls in the snip. Alright, so survive looks like the name of the game.
Okay.
We're gonna try to survive until he does that
He
suck
sucks
me
you
in.
in.
Jump
Yeah.
around all you want.
Jump around.
It won't save
Travis
your
loved that
miserable
joke.
Yeah.
people.
It's a good song. Wah.
Eh.
Why'd you... Okay. I guess.
Because you have to get a... Oh, no, you don't. You can just stay up there.
Yeah, you can stay
If
up
your
there.
block is high enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And if those
Okay,
fireballs...
that's much easier than what I thought then.
And if those fireballs don't
Alright, get ready to
land on your
shoot
things.
if he sucks me. That's not appropriate behavior.
Yeah. Excuse me,
Back
good
to
sir.
this.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Okay.
The block didn't actually hit him, but
Turning Luxana to my way of thinking took more time
Oh,
than I
new
had
stuff to learn.
anticipated. She is of no use to me anymore.
oh,
Nope, not new stuff to learn. You just gotta be ready for that one in particular, because it seems like it's the hardest. I'm like sitting there trying to pay attention to him, like no. Just, who cares what he's talking about?
yeah. My favorite part is when you can just stand there and all the monstrous amount of like terrible things are happening. Oh,
That was faster than before. Wasn't
yeah,
it?
I thought
There's
so.
only 3, it seemed like.
I think so.
I have
unless we're-
created artificial
Alright, so
weapons
now we have to watch.
stronger than your divine
you.
artifacts. Your reign has come to an
Now it's
end.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oops. Now we have to watch. Oh, I'm done.
Now we have to woo. Oh.
Alright, now we gotta specifically watch out for his
Yeah.
third new attack.
You're like looking at me. Okay, Travis, be diligent. we have to watch all of his moves.
Okay, 2 done, I'm done.
Yeah.
For the next phase.
So
Okay,
so that's
3
just 3.
iterations.
For
Okay.
years, I have lived as a member of your pitiful nation. The time to step out of the shadows is now. I have become
Oh no.
a god.
What the heck? You're like grazing his little chinny
His
chin
anatomy.
chin here. Okay. there we
Grazing his Grey's Anatomy.
go. Yeah. Someone get the books.
Yay!
So he's got 3. So
Okay.
dive
Now
back
we
in
just
that
gotta
hole.
worry about
Y'all.
the fire of the sky. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
good. It's in a convenient spot. Alright, end.
I think he has one
Suck
more.
me in. Yeah, he probably does, but... Oh, manure.
Manure.
Someone's got some manure. You look like a bad case of manure in your ear.
That could be taken for like 4 or 5 different things.
No, it clearly means
yeah.
you have a shovel and someone is taking the shovel to a pile of manure and carefully dumping all of said manure into an individual's right ear.
Oh wow. Oh, he's above you.
Yeah.
Oh,
shite.
schnizzap.
What?
Oh,
Oh, we had to get to the other
you have to
side.
run to the other side there.
Wow,
The
okay.
Dingleberry? Well, that's unforeseen. Yeah, the whole idea of you fighting this final boss, it just blows my mind. It's like, oh, here's this guy that you don't know who he is at all, but
He's suddenly the central
have
figurehead for
created
all of
artificial
Eternium.
weapons
Yeah.
Where if he dies, all of Eternium's armies will instantly fall apart.
Yeah.
Your reign has
he's the
come
new
to
Black
an
Swarm.
end.
Once the queen dies, everything stops.
Right. Although
Forever.
in the Black Storm's case, it was fine.
Yeah, because they're insects and not actual beings, human people, or whatever.
For years,
people,
I have lived as a member of your pitiful
Come over to
nation.
my house.
The time to step out of the shadows.
Just inviting random strangers in your
I
house.
have become
And whatever.
Oh yeah, that's true.
God.
You don't technically have to be a human people.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Make that suck bomb.
Suck down.
You go low. I go low. You go heat. I down day. Bye.
I down day.
Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile down day.
Ground 1.
Oh my god.
Yikes in the yikes hat.
In the yikes hat.
Yeah. It's the hat you wear when you're afraid.
Seems like a lot of extra work. Let it know when you're afraid. Alright, so.
Super hardest mode.
Yes.
How
Activate.
can you call yourself a god? Do you even
Oh,
know the
we're doing
price
ground?
your people must pay to summon
Yes,
your
yes.
kind? How many deaths are on your
4.
hands?
Wait, what? Thought we were in 4 mode.
We are in 4 mode, but I think he limits it to 3 on that. So this one he'll do 4.
Tell me to do something as much as I want, because I'll do it.
Because I'm a free man.
Oh man, I'm a Fremen.
I'm Morgan.
Morgan and Morgan for the people.
Morgan and Morgan Freeman.
Yoink. Yoink. Okay, suck me in, buddy.
Since Morgan is a name that, like, both women and men have,
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman should have married someone named Morgan. So they could have been Morgan and Morgan.
That's true.
And then they could have sued Morgan and Morgan. Yeah,
No, only
just
3. You are 100% right.
Cool.
And now, Cruella DeVille.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was a little...
Leo Flea.
Now we can potentially laugh at this entire mode. Nope. No, we can't.
That's gonna be a no for me.
Oh, bullet hell.
Oh god.
The block only blocks a little. What is this nonsense?
Oh
Okay.
my god.
That's 1. You gonna bullet hell again?
Okay.
Ground thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
Yes!
Yes. Oh my god.
My power.
Holy sneaky snap.
That was the longest.
And the Kamloops, the divinities and I rushed to Numbra's core, deep into the abyss of the unknown depths.
Everyone's depressed.
Luxana and Nox were both alive and well, but the same couldn't be said for the Kamloops. While we were carrying their lifeless forms back to the surface, Luxana suddenly stepped forward. Without a word, she shattered her inner light, abandoning what made her a goddess. 1,000 stars danced down from the sky, finding a new home in the hearts of the deceased. As the Kamloops rose from the shadow of death, she fell to her knees, her light entirely consumed. I will never forget. A day to be remembered forever. A day that would become known as Lightfall.
Whoa. They said the name of the game.
In the game! What? We got the reference.
That's so meta. Well, I guess that's it.
Unfortunately, they saved Paddlewood, probably.
To thank me for my role in these events, the Kamloops invited me to live among them in Sylvian. Although I politely declined their generous offer, I promised I would visit the boy from time to time. This quest made me realize that Numbra may still be in need of silent protectors. Who knows what other tragedy could befall our homeland? We couldn't always rely on a playful child. As such, I decided to rebuild the Order. And this time around, anyone willing to put their life on the line to protect Numbra would be welcomed with open arms. If new enemies arise, we will show them that we have more than a few tricks up our sleeves. After all, I learned from the best.
You learned from the best? Are you now saying you learned from us?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
guess
the
so.
teacher has become the student.
Indeed.
They usually say the student has become the master, but in this case, the master has just become a student. That's good. At least the owl's not too proud.
Yeah, I mean, he's rebuilding all his stuff that he was... So we've provided him new hope, it seems. Because
Yeah.
we're just so good.
Yeah. New Hope, just to go along with our Star Wars reference.
Yep.
Ah, I see. Now the student has become the master. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, the final boss, I think the hate on the final boss is a little bit exaggerated. He was challenging, but he wasn't too bad. What I think is justified,
Yeah.
though, is where people are complaining that he repeats his freaking dialogue every
yeah.
single time you fight him.
Yeah, as soon as you drop down, it just... You get badgered with the exact same lines over and over and over again. So it's definitely... It gets a bit excessive after a little while.
Right.
So, yeah, I could definitely see why people would complain about that.
So, interesting game.
Yeah.
I really like the gameplay. I like the art style.
Yeah.
The difficulty was a little bit all over the place, I think. It's hard for me to judge 100% because the very first board I played was the Lost Lagoon with the dragon and the tidal wave boss, and that was really challenging, but maybe it wasn't as challenging for a lot of you guys if you've played this game, because if that's not the first board you play and you're used to the controls by that point, maybe the dragon run section is more manageable, but for me that was really challenging, so it seemed out of place compared to the end of the other acts, such as the Sylvian City in the Trees level, where all you do is solve some minor puzzles and you're good.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely, like, I'm with you on the art style. Like, I love the art style. The gameplay was fun. The difficulty, well, for me, because we were alternating, I didn't get the dragon one. That looked like a hell of a challenge, but even the boss fight that I did wasn't terribly, like, it wasn't out of bounds in terms of, like, difficulty. So I didn't come across anything, like, personally playing that was, like, crazy hard, but just watching Rob do, like, the really difficult ones was interesting. And in terms of, like, story and stuff like that, kind of, I got taken out of the story pretty early on, but I was just kind of enjoying the gameplay and stuff like that for it. Because overall, especially, I could see this being, like, a fun speed run kind of thing.
Yeah, apparently that's partially what they were going for, was speedrun right into the menu screen
exactly,
here.
Yeah, this is like, it seems like the story would be kind of like second nature, and then people would do this as a speedrun challenge kind of thing. Or at least maybe, we haven't tried the speedrun, but maybe that could be what most people are doing for it, so that'd be interesting to see.
So, yeah, I'm sure some experts can tear that up, but in part of what we found was, if you're, maybe the speedrun is only intended for perfect runs, because if you die and you run forward again, we've noticed that the obstacles in the game are not always at the exact same point. Like, holding run as soon as we die and moving forward, we'll get to certain spinning
like obstacles.
Yeah, obstacles
like
that are on a different point in their arc, or certain things that are shooting fire at you or whatnot, or the expanding and contracting lights that are at a different point in their expansion rotation. So at that point, for that sort of thing, that's awful for speedrunning.
Right.
Like, speedrunning has to be 100% the same every single time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a thing where they're going to patch that out, or they don't care and the speedrun intention is only for the perfect run. Because, I mean, a speedrunner won't want to reset over and over and over again until they get the things to line up correctly for the perfect run. They want that to be, you know, same every time, ready to go, so that they can just launch into their absolute, like most efficient run where the character is just running at a full sprint from the first second.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they have, like, since we didn't check out the speedrun menu, maybe we can go through it or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But,
let's take a look while we're talking about it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it just gives you time. Oh, okay. It's
so. Oh, okay. I thought it would be like potentially different boards or something like that, or maybe they don't have enemies in certain places or something. I don't know, but yeah, it's a cool concept. Definitely, I like this.
Every single board.
Wow. Okay.
They don't let you speedrun the final boss on its own, though. The last one just says full speedrun.
So maybe that's not an option in terms of because we had in Act 3 we could select the final boss, but now we can't, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Can't just start at the boss.
Yeah.
It's the level itself, which means, yeah, I don't get it. Maybe they want you to start from this every single time. Start from the speedrun screen instead of, and everything will be lined up starting from here clean.
Right.
But if you die, I mean, all this is coming from when I died repeatedly in several boards and we noticed, oh, the obstacles are at a different point in their rotations. So, yeah, that's obviously not what a speedrunner wants to see.
Yeah.
So, who knows? But yeah, it is cool that they have this built into the game, like the speedrunner concept here.
Right,
to make it easier and potentially to make it more fair.
Yeah, make it more friendly for the speedrunners that actually like just want to do that. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see like two different options at least.
So we will still probably put up another video of where the final things are that we missed, because we didn't start looking for all the collectibles at the very beginning of the first stage because we didn't even understand how the game worked yet at that point.
Yeah.
So we'll show a video getting the final stuff that we missed.
Yeah, there's only a few things.
Yeah.
Like 1 or 2.
Yeah, we got the majority of them once we understood the flow of the game.
Definitely, yeah.
So we'll put up a video like that, and beyond that, yeah, really liked the gameplay. Just a lot of fun. They weren't as brutal as they could have been with it. There is a hard mode, so maybe there are certain points from what we've seen in the hard mode, like there's just increased amount of crystal placement. I'm not sure if there's also additional obstacles or if every obstacle is moving at a faster point.
Right. Or if they have like less checkpoints or something like that.
Yeah.
Thrown in there.
So it could be that the hard mode is set up such that it's Kaizo Mario level where there is only one absolute perfection flow that you can do or else you die. I doubt it's that extreme.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, they have the potential with as difficult as the gameplay can be, as picture perfect precise as they can make you do it. Like they do have the potential to put in some extremely challenging hard things. Overall, yeah, I definitely liked the gameplay. I've heard some complaints about the final boss, but I did like the final boss fight. It took us about an hour and a half to complete. You do really have to get in there and learn the pattern of the final boss if you're seeing it for the first time. If you've already seen other people complete it, then maybe you've got a leg up. But otherwise, it's one of those trial and error things.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a, like, you'll go into it, you perfect one stage of it, and then he launches something new at you, and you have to kind of go through it all over again. So it definitely takes some time, takes some patience, but after a while, you just know what's coming next and how to avoid it. So yeah, it's definitely, you have to put the work in to beat it.
Yeah, or have extremely fast reaction time.
Oh, yeah.
Because, yeah, he changes up the rules a couple times during the fight.
Yeah, you have to be prepared for a couple different options. And then once you have that down, for the most part, it's not too bad. So, yeah, just stick with it. I think you'll be good.
Yeah, I enjoyed the final boss fight. I would have liked if there had been more boss fights instead of just the Michelin God and then the final boss.
Yeah.
I mean, the tidal wave thing was basically a boss fight there. But then the Sylvian City in the Trees with no boss fight, I wasn't as big of a fan of that because the riddles were super easy and the platforming was not that rough. The fireplace is a little bit of challenge, but I would have liked it maybe if there had been a boss right after that section had been completed. Like maybe you got to fight Luxana instead of you just see it in the cutscene where she wipes people out. Yeah. I would have liked that better, but yeah, so I did like the boss fights that there were, like the gameplay, like the art styles we said before. Oh yeah, the music. I really liked the music. Yeah. I thought that was possibly my favorite part of the game was the music. It was really well done.
Yeah, the soundtracks or the music for it was really good. Even like in all of the levels, it changed depending on the act and everything like that. So it was, they had a lot of really good music in it. Even like on the menu screen and stuff, they have great music. So I agree with that. I think the art style is probably my favorite, and then the music would come second. And then like the gameplay itself is it's a whole lot of fun to mess around with. And
yeah,
you can like make it your own kind of play style because like Rob running more of a speed run kind of thing, and then me just like super slow in terms of trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah, Travis had a safer, more cautious approach in general, but then once it was also, you could see the difference in our play also, like when we were trying to get to higher places, Travis would do the wall jump very frequently where you jump and create the block as a wall hang, and I would do much more often use the blocks as just put it below you. So it's cool, like he was saying, you can make it your own. Yeah, there's different ways to accomplish the same thing, so that was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Overall, I had a pretty good time playing Lightfall, and I mean for the cost of the game, it's not too bad. It's a short game, obviously, so only a couple levels and whatnot, but I think you can get some decent amount of hours played into it. So
yeah, definitely a lot of fun. Then again, coming to the story, I'd say that is the biggest downside of the game.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a good story, not at all.
Yeah, then look somewhere else. In terms of storyline, it's not exactly gripping or eventful, to say the least.
Yeah, honestly, the story seemed like amateur hour. It just seemed like super cliche, generic the whole way along.
Right.
Like we were thinking, oh, okay, what might happen here? Like we were looking for plot twists and stuff that didn't happen. Like, oh, maybe Paddlewood and those guys, the original people on the first expedition, became
maybe they're the celestial
deities.
gods.
As Paddlewood kept having his people mutiny, and then maybe there were going to be only 5 left, and that's why they were worshipped as the deities, because they put in all of that. They did sacrifice everything for the people and gained something from. But no, they were just like the expedition, and it was super amateur hour where Paddlewood was just always stumbling into the right course of action and not ever like coming up with a plan or anything like that. And
I mean, for the most part, the logs, which are optional, I mean, that provided most of the story for it. Everything else was just like very linear, very like XYZ kind of storyline in terms of like Strix and Nox and everything like that. So there wasn't any kind of major plot twist or any even minor plot twist. It was just like, here's right in front of your face, this is what's happening. That's it.
It's like Strix was giving the information, like the background stories, the Yellow Crystal stories were giving you Paddlewood's take on things and how the background on Numbra and how he experienced it.
Right.
But Strix was just giving you the straight story.
Yeah.
Oh, you're this kid and we don't know what's going on, and oh, you're a deity. Like, like the wise teacher guy who really didn't come across wise at all. It was supposed to be a plot twist that Eternium were the people who invaded, but really the owl should have known that from the beginning. It was supposed to have been a plot twist that Luxana had kind of been switched sides. And honestly, that would have even been better if she had switched sides. But then you find out, oh no, they kind of corrupted her with this crystal and she put it in her chest and then she became corrupted that way. So that was, I guess, the plot twist they were going for, but then it didn't really accomplish much. If there had been a Luxana boss fight, it would have been more...
Yeah, definitely. That would have been more impactful.
Yeah,
definitely. But yeah, as it stands, it's just like you do the exact same kind of play style, and then you just get a cutscene that explains another small segment of it that would have been more impactful, even if you got to play. Because the boss fight that I did, it was a lot of fun, and it also drives the story forward a little bit more. So I feel like you said, if they had the same thing for Luxana, that would have been great, and that could have been a lot of fun too. So. Yeah,
they had potential for a better story all along the way. I mean, even the story segments with Paddlewood where we were reading them, there were almost all of them had grammatical errors, like little ones scattered here and there throughout the story segments. So it just seems like the writing is not the programmer's forte, and they really should have gotten somebody else on their design team. It was a small team, but just somebody else I think could have fleshed out the story much better. They had potential.
Definitely, yeah.
It's like, how did we get from point A to point B in the first place? Eternium comes back and invades, and then, well, what's going on? But why? What were the freaking deities doing all this time before then? Like, when Eternium first came back to try and invade the first time, why didn't all of the 5 deities, unite to try and fight them off? And Luxana's like, oh, I know, I'm going to take this crystalline shard and join them, because that's the only... But,
that's the only way to
why?
save...
Why weren't they together?
Yeah, I don't understand. It seems like there's just a lot of holes in the plot, and then you just kind of have to believe it and move on to the next round kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's very Disney-esque, as you brought up, in terms of like nobody actually dies and nothing bad actually happens to a lot of people in the end. So it seems like it's a pretty, I don't know, lower tier, like more childlike kind of storyline.
Yeah.
So
it's super cliched, super basic. The Paddlewood thing is definitely Disney-esque. Oh no, everyone's dying from a virus. Oh man, things are getting really harsh finally, as you would expect on an expedition to complete foreign land.
Yeah.
And then, what are the scientists doing about it? We've got all the smartest minds, right? We said we brought all our best scientists, doctors, and engineers on the voyage, right? And then he's like, well, they can't find any solution to the virus. We have to go into the forge our path into the wild so that we can come up with something has to be done. Then they come back. Oh, everyone's healthy.
Yeah.
What?
If I had stayed for 2 more days, I could have been healthy.
Yeah.
Instead of like going through the woods and then finding a magical owl that gives you the cure because of dried berries or something like that. Like,
it's like Paddlewood never takes any consequences for his actions. He's like the world's worst leader.
Captain, yeah.
He ends up like his entire crew mutinies on him, and I don't blame them because all he's done is bad decisions, like leading them into these deadly areas when they're like, "We found our resources. Let's go back home. Mission complete. Mission is complete. What are we still doing here, man?" He's like, "Well, we got to talk to the owls, and it's fine to ask the owls permission, but if you're..." It's the Avatar scenario where if they have zero resources, then if the owls say no, at that point, they ask permission, they try to do it that way, then how much are you going to beat your head against the wall? You can go home and like the superiors there can say, okay, let's look for resources in another place, or it's time for war with the owls, that sort of thing. Yeah. As opposed to, we're going to go into this hole where no one has ever survived. Yeah. Okay? Come on, crew. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
What are you... No!
Yeah.
And then even at the end, he abandons his entire country. Like, he's like, I don't want to be captain anymore. I'm just going to hang out here with Isan.
Yeah.
And that romance came out of nowhere. Like, oh yeah, well, I just realized that she's by my side and she stayed with me, and now it's Lerv. Even though he was complaining about her in the majority of the story flashbacks. It was just a little... Like you said, the story was clearly added as an afterthought. It was gameplay first.
Yeah. Gameplay was definitely the priority, and then they're like, "Oh, we need some kind of way to mesh this all together," and they kind of chunked a story together that didn't really seem fleshed out in the least. So they had a lot of potential. It'd been nice to see maybe some more higher level like thought going into the grand scheme of it all. But it seems just very shallow at that point. So if you're going to play it, definitely just enjoy the gameplay because that's fun. And if you want to speed run it, I could definitely see that being a lot of fun too. But don't really expect like a huge storyline out of this or a really impactful story in the end. Overall, play it to have some fun. Don't overthink it.
Yeah. Yeah, this one might be better just to ignore the story outright and just have fun. But, I mean, if you did enjoy the story, more power to you.
Yeah. I mean, you can let us know why, I guess.
Yeah.
In this one, like, if you think of anything that's really gripping in the story, you just let us know.
Yeah, if you think it's a masterpiece and we're
missed
completely out of our minds over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I am very curious to see what the speedrunning community does with this, like how they take to it, if they find any inconsistencies with the run, or if you go into speedrun mode, if that's all perfect. And this game does have like this crazy speedrunning following that follows. So I'm curious to see how that happens.
Definitely. Yeah, because there's not many more modern games that just kind of target that speedrun community, I feel like that.
Yeah.
So this would be cool to see if the speedrun community actually picks this up and utilizes this as kind of a next tier into the more modern speedrun style.
Yeah, the gameplay is a lot of fun, and it does have a ton of potential in that area. So yeah, we'll see how that works out.
Definitely.
If they take to it and they're like, yeah, this is the future of speedrunning, or if they're like, nah, there's a couple flaws here and flaws cannot exist in speedrunning.
Right. Yeah.
Even if that's the response, I would think the game developers would just patch it out.
Exactly, yeah. They have plenty of opportunity to update this because, I mean, it's still fairly new of a game and they've already been releasing patches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I could see them tailoring this to the speedrun community.
Yeah, they can fully support that genre if that's what they want to do. Just tailor it exactly to that audience. All right, so the next thing that's coming up is going to be a video where we show the last hidden collectibles. And other than that, that's going to do it for Lightfall.
Yeah, so we'll grab the very last of the extra stuff. I guess we'll see if we actually get anything for that, or if that's just going to be for our own sake. And then after that, that's going to do it for Lightfall. Hope you guys enjoyed the series, and you can definitely let us know if there's anything else you want to see.
Yeah, indie games, platformers, anything you really want. We are willing to dive right in.
Yes, definitely. So let us know and hope you enjoyed. See you guys in the next one.